So Thanksgiving is here. At least Thanksgiving is the day this video uploads. Which, yeah, Thanksgiving's here, alright. And, you may actually be a little nervous. I'm uploading this video in like the afternoon, so the Thanksgiving feast is coming. And you may be actually like a little nervous, a little anxious. And I'm assuming that, you're a person who is into fitness. You may have been fat, may have been skinny fat, and you worked hard to get a physique that you like, an aesthetic physique that you deem attractive. And going into the Thanksgiving feast, you're just thinking about how much is this going to affect my physique? How much cardio am I going to need to do after this? How can I limit what I eat so that I take the least damage? If you are like this video is for you. All right. Otherwise, just enjoy yourself. If you don't care about this one day, it's like, why are you watching this video in the first place? Just go and eat. Go and enjoy Thanksgiving. Right? But if you're like me, if you have a strong dislike whenever progress towards something is going backwards, stick around. Right? And I'll tell you how to specifically eat this Thanksgiving so that you can minimize the damage. Right? Now, to repeat myself, this video is about how to eat at Thanksgiving, right? To not ruin your physique, but to also not have people stare at you when you bring in your own Tupperware, because there's certainly been people who do that, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. And if you don't want to be socially isolated and ostracized, it's best if you don't do that, right? So the solution in this video is going to be a compromise between going full on ham and just ignoring the feast. All right, it's going to be in the middle. So, you have a couple hours, right? You have a couple hours before Thanksgiving's actually the Thanksgiving feast. So, what do you do then? What you're going to do is you're going to drink water. You're going to drink quite a bit of water. Either starting now or 30 minutes before you actually eat, right? You want to drink quite a bit of water. All right, I'm saying a liter, 2 liters. If it's an hour before, probably 2 liters. If it's 30 minutes, probably a liter. You want to get some fluids down. And the purpose of this is to fill your stomach. It's to sort of activate the stretch reflex. So you have a stretch reflex in your stomach, which basically tells your brain that we are full. Stop eating. We are full. And by having your stomach partially filled, as you eat, your stretch reflex will, activate and send signals to your brain quicker than if you were to eat with nothing else in your stomach. Right? So adding water is a sort of preemptive strike, just to limit how much food you're actually going to intake, which, is very useful. Right? It's very useful. Now, to get into what to eat specifically, you want to primarily eat vegetables and proteins. These should be 90% of what you eat. You want to focus on the green vegetables, the green fibrous vegetables that have a lot of volume, but not a lot of calories. Right? This is on purpose, right? More volume, more stretch reflex, right? You feel fuller faster for less calories in comparison to the other dishes, right? The reason to eat a lot of protein is because there's certain receptors in your stomach that will send signals to your brain telling you that you are satisfied. And these receptors are for many things, not just protein, but protein is the most satiating macronutrient and will activate this satiation effect the best. Right? Not many people can eat 6 chicken breasts in one meal. Albeit that might be me though. But not many people can do it. Right? Because protein is just so filling, so satisfying, so satiating. In comparison with if you tried, you could probably eat an entire tub of ice cream. So those are what you want to primarily eat mealtime, feast time. I'm not saying that you skip everything else. I said 90% for a reason, right? So try everything out. You still want to enjoy Thanksgiving, right? You don't want to just only eat the same thing. Like, okay, there's 2 vegetable dishes here, and there's 3 meat dishes. Okay, I'll only have those 3, or those 5. Well, the 5 dishes is already quite a lot. So if you have more dishes, like, okay, that is quite the feast you have. But try everything, You want to actually enjoy Thanksgiving, because what's the point if you don't enjoy things, So, like I said, like 90% vegetables, green fibrous vegetables, and proteins, right? 90%. Of the 10%, you can have your mashed potatoes, you can have whatever else people eat on Thanksgiving, like mashed potatoes, turkey, like whatever else there is, right? So let's say that you eat plate by plate, right? So you just put a shit ton of food on one plate, then you eat that, then you go for another plate, right? What should your plate look like? All right, now we know that protein and vegetables are 90%, right? So that's going to be the bulk of your plate, and then 10% of the plate is going to be, the other foods, the things that you're going to try, right? So I would suggest you to first really just load up on the protein and vegetables, just like cover the entire thing, and then dabble things on top, the carbs on top, the mashed potatoes on top, the desserts on top, the things that you try on top. So that will limit how much space you have for it. And so that concludes like the sort of what you eat or how you eat on Thanksgiving Day. Right? And it's very simple. Right? It's not complicated, very simple. And that's why you can do it. Like, it's simple and easy to follow, and for sure you can do it, right? So after the Thanksgiving feast, the number one priority you should have is to do some sort of activity. Right? To do some sort of activity after you eat. For one, I'm assuming that you don't want to get the Thanksgiving coma, right? And doing some form of activity will reduce your glucose spike, reduce the insulin spike, and reduce the likelihood of a food coma, right? It's good for your health, and it's good for you cognitively. And so you can do this by yourself, or you can be festive and ask people, hey, let's all go on a walk, digest that food, let's go on a walk, let's just enjoy this merry time. Might be a little too early for Christmas, but same difference, man, same difference. So go on a walk. Go on 30-minute walk after dinner. It's like, you eat a shit ton of food, let's just go on a walk and relax, right? And then finally, be prepared to gain weight, right? It's going to be inevitable of you to gain weight on Thanksgiving feast. So just be prepared for it. Be prepared for a 5 to 10 pound increase from your original weight, depending on if you're water depleted before, if you're cutting right before. If you're bulking, it's going to be less. If you're cutting, you're going to be water depleted, and therefore the increase is going to be much higher. Right? So just be prepared for a weight increase. Right? And at the same time, it's Thanksgiving. Don't overly stress it. Right? Have fun. This video is not about removing all the joy from Thanksgiving. It's a compromise. Right? So enjoy Thanksgiving. Don't overly stress about it. Just know that, you're going to gain weight, and if you do the things in this video, that will be minimized, but you'll still have fun, right? And overall, have a great Thanksgiving.